Hi, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this 11/11 portal day. Um, I'm going to combine the week read and this portal reading. We'll just read the whole week. Um, and then also, usually with portal, we do a couple of extra cards just to kind of see what the rest of this month holds. Right? There's so much going on. I do want to just kind of talk a little bit about the things that are going on. Um, it's starting to look like indications are pointing towards that we have been able to actually collapse the entire negative timeline. So we're on a good timeline. It's interesting because I've felt that. I don't know if you've felt that way, but it seems like it's just a different approach into, yes, there's still all the nuttiness going on out in the world. Um, we still have lots of stuff to reveal, discover, heal, fix, etc. But I'm just getting the overall feeling of every day of like, okay, we're okay. It's okay. Um, I mean, it's a really rudimentary description, but that's just what I've been feeling. It's been really interesting. It's like nothing kind of is phasing me. So on this 11/11 day, we like to, in our 3D world, we, we remember particularly anyone in war, that's been in war. Um, I also feel it's a really important day around remembering all souls, human beings who have incarnated and come before and blazed the path, right? Because they blazed the path for us to get to this moment, right? So, um, yeah, it's a good day to just kind of remember and just be grateful for being alive at this time. Like, what a time to be alive, right? It's gonna be interesting. We're still not done, right? But it's as far as I can see too, it seems like things are headed in a good direction. It may not seem like it right off the get-go, so don't panic, don't worry about stuff. Um, you want out? I'm just gonna let Sam out. You want out? Hang on a second. Rah. Okay, here you go. Anyway, all right, we're gonna start with. Let's look at. I didn't pre-prepare anything, so obviously I'm just like yapping away here. Um, we're just gonna go straight to the cards and see what they have to say. We're gonna start with the portal cards. I'm gonna pull. Ooh, that one bounced out. We're gonna pull three and just see the nature of this portal that we're in. I feel like. Oh, okay. Well, we're reading on the portal, so let's just read them all. First comes up Chamber of the Violet Flame, Karmic Release, Radical Transformation. Well, we that's it's evident out there. It's just like all the past and everything is just being brought up to the light to be looked at, examined, healed, all of that. It's kind of intense right now, but just remember we got that beautiful karmic, the violet flame. It's just continually transmuting stuff. So we have that energy on our side, this portal. Third eye activation, brow chakra, inner vision, clear seeing. Um, Again, we're returning back to our true nature, who we really are um, in this grand scheme of things. This soul with amazing abilities beyond that whole being psychic or anything like that. Um, Brow chakra is also about, yeah, like that's where we manifest from. That's where we have vision. That's where our intuition is. So it's much more than just, psychic abilities, if you want to call them that. Okay, we also got the Lemurian seed codes. embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. That's the one thing I do want to like kind of get a little bit into, just because this next little while, it's we're going to be tested a little bit, and not in the way. Basically, we're being tested in the fact of how we react to things. So, do we fly off the handle? Do we approach it from a more just kind of like observant space, and you know, let whatever come what may, it gets through its thing. So, I think for self-preservation, I would be in a position of wanting to just kind of observe and let, again, a lot of this process is happening no matter what. So it's not something we can just be like, I'm going to stop that. What you can do is not is be like, I don't see that, and go into, cognitive dissonance and just be like, no, 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 I don't see that. Um, at this point, it's a choice how we go through this. So, you know, if you're on a good soul path, it's a good idea maybe to just, um, again, observe and take things as they come, process them, heal them. We still have a lot of work to do. So these three fell out at the right after I read those, and I was like, I didn't want to kind of necessarily read them, but it's kind of interesting because those first three were like, that's kind of like the focus of this week, burning up the karma and the old energy we no longer need, stepping into the new energy, our brow chakra. Um, and then the Lemurian seed codes is like, actually, we're having these codes coming in. So embracing sensitivity, um, uniqueness, and just really starting to step into the truth of who we really are, what we're really capable of. Um, but as soon as these fell out, it was like, okay, this is past this week. These are the three cards for the rest of November, and what that portal is about. So the first one, let's see, which way do I want to do this? And I've always said this, and we knew this was going to happen. So I think the beginning part of this week, we're still working on some of those like, solar plexus kind of things about worth and that kind of thing. But like I've been talking about, we're moving up to heart, uh, centered consciousness, Christ consciousness, really soon here on an energetic level. So we got the Stargate heart chakra opening, unlocking generosity. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm going to title this video The Golden Age or Golden or something like that, because that's the timeline we're on now, but we have to still get there. And you might be saying, like, yeah, look out into the world. And the way people are reacting to certain things, like, it's almost overboard. And they're just almost brainwashed into this, like, hysteria for no reason. Like, anyway, we won't get into all of that. But what I see is happening is, because people are always worried. They're like, those people will never make it. They'll never awaken. They're just, they're just not, they're lost souls or they're hopeless cause. They're just not getting it. All of those things. Again, it's not us, it's not for us to judge and on their personal journey. But I also just want to say to you, like, we don't have to worry about them either, because you might look out there and see people and say, man, they're so asleep and they're just not seeing what's coming. um I believe that, there's always been talk of an event, and whether that's solar or just energy coming in, but my firm belief is that whatever that energy comes in is meant to fully open the heart chakra. So even people who you think that are just not getting what's happening, it just is like all of a sudden we remove that old veil, that heavy, um, dense density that keeps us from understanding who we really are. So I feel like this is just letting us know like we're getting really close to an actual event. So an event would be like just like whatever, the energy comes in and everybody's heart chakra goes whoop, and is like wide awake. I really feel like that's what's going to happen. And for me, this card confirms it. So, heart chakra opening, unlocking, generosity. Interesting because the next card we have is the divine matrix, interconnectedness, synchronicity. Well, they call them God incidences. Talked about the matrix and the flower of life before, too, right? So, all our little light points are coming online. Um, Once our heart chakra does that beautiful opening, it's going to be easier for us to connect and um, put this all together, for lack of a better term. And then we got the Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. So, yeah, it's funny because when those fell out together, and I didn't want to read them, and I was like, no, those are the cards for like what November is actually all about. So that first set we got was important too. We're still doing a little clearing and cleansing of the karma, and those sorts of things, but and really awakening to our potential. But yeah, like this is happening. It's happening. I know we say that, and then, but that's I think maybe if I can convey one thing, is that overall feeling of that I've had since last week, was that it was like, this is going exactly to plan. Everything's okay. There's nothing to worry about or fear about. My job is just to keep myself in the highest and best vibration that I can. Um, it's really, really that simple, and be actively working on opening that heart chakra up, and connecting with others. Um, so yeah, interesting. So yeah, I am gonna use this as the energy read for the week. We're gonna go through these decks of cards. I'm gonna read the week as a whole. I'm not gonna break it up because the later part of this week we do have that full moon coming in on the 15th, I think, Friday, and then so I'll do a moon reading for that. But we also have the 17th coming up. 17th, 18th, 19th, in that realm. So there might be I might include it as the energy read, or I might put it as its own video, because that is when Pluto returns into Aquarius, which we've been waiting for. So a lot of this tumultuousness that's going on right now. Again, don't fear, it's being burnt out. The karma is being transmuted, so it has to happen. Um, But by that 17th, 18th, 19th, as Pluto starts to head back into Aquarius, again, this is the start, the dawning of the age of Aquarius, or the golden age, right? So, um, you'll may have seen a lot of references in other readers and things like that, referring to the golden age, and every indication is that the portal is opened and we are on that timeline, and it's full steam ahead for um, transforming this planet and the human into our true divine selves. So, right, the divine matrix is coming together. It's happening. It's the other thing that it says on there. Yeah. Synchronicities, though. I don't I don't think there'll be lots of like it'll just be like it'll be easier for you to see that everything is lining up. That's my thought on it. Hang on one second here. All right. Okay, I want to start with I'm just going to do three of each of these, and then just want to get a further clarification about this. So these are the Golden Futures card. I just kind of want to see how this portal is opening things for us. and what we can kind of expect. Nice. Okay. Okay, we're actually gonna, that's funny because the third eye opening, we also got psychic gifts. So learn to trust your intuition. Obviously, the point of this portal is more and more people, places, things coming online, um, gifts coming online, abilities coming online. So yeah, just be ready for that. Like, we all have different kind of psychic gifts. So, um, but that's, you know, this is needed for us to ascend, which is really interesting because um, the 12 chakra system is coming online. My understanding, and like I said, we've been working through each chakra, and I think, but once we hit heart, it's just going to be like boom, 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 boom for the rest, like opening, uh, and just like, because from here up, it's all ether, right? We're dealing with things that aren't necessarily tangible, but boy, are they going to be becoming tangible very quickly. So, follow your ascension path. So, like I said, I firmly believe we're almost at the completion of solar plexus, not quite there yet. Um, but some energy is going to be coming in this month, for sure this month, to help facilitate and transmute that heart chakra opening. So just know that, like, basically your energy, your who you really are is an energy body, right? We're not this like clay meat suit we are a light body. And all of these elements are in tune and in alignment and online. We're psychic. You know, it's endless the things we can do. Limitless is the name of, it kind of represents crown chakra. It's We're limitless. We don't have any barriers to creating and living exactly how we want to be. This portal is also bringing things with food, which is great. Um, Choose locally grown organic produce. This is going to be much easier starting soon for you to be able to do these kind of things. Right now, it's kind of tricky, right? There's a lot of like restriction around it. Um, anyway, look at how beautiful that is. Just we're cleaning up the food source, and that's the thing about, like, people always to say, like, once the golden age comes in and the energy of that comes in, um, we're still here. We still have to fix everything that's been done. So the food system completely needs to be fixed. The healthcare system, those sorts of things. Um, but that's what we came here to do, right? If I know for a fact that it's not just like, okay, the energy comes in. Some souls ascend, go wherever they're going. They're moving on to new planes and that kind of things. Um, a lot of us, the ground crew, if you will, we're here to clean this planet up. A big one is food, but look at the beautiful. Just you can feel the energy off that card is like, and this horse running through the back. It's like pure love, freedom, and just like health. Like, ugh, I can't wait, right? I can't wait. We also got the golden cities. Um, Live ecologically and harmoniously. Yay! The golden age is coming in, you guys. It's very exciting. I don't think it's going to happen tomorrow or by like even, you know, we've got so many things to clean up and change, to live a better way. So, but just know it's happening. That's For me, that's the best part. That's exciting. I don't mind it. All right, let's look at just this is the Starseed Oracle. I'm gonna see if there's like what I'm gonna ask is for like sort of advice cards. So if you're here cleaning up the planet, you're more than likely a Starseed. Oh, right. Oh, too funny. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to read them backwards from how I picked them up. Okay, now the first step is longing for home, homesick for the stars. So I feel like this is just kind of pointing out that it's like, if you're kind of having that feeling, it's just letting you know it's like our reunion with our star seed relatives is close. So they know that we're feeling homesick and we're almost through this process. So just hold on a little bit longer. We're really really close. Things we can do: star bathing, light body crystal grid transmission activation. So this is you doing the work, keeping yourself a clear channel, like clear quartz. Mine's pretty mucky, but it's got some cool big bits in it. But like it's just like we're keeping a clear channel, we're keeping it light, we're working with crystals and grids. Because the other thing we also got is activated earth. Power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. So there's these two are both like asking us to work with crystals. So it may just be that you may even need to go out in nature and plant some crystals out there. Um, Look into things with ley lines in your area. Um, if you can't be traveling right now, which most of us are not, we're just kind of like hunkered in at home. Um, so, but we somehow need to be connecting with these energy grids, these ley lines. So do a little bit of research about what's immediately in your area, and even if you just go and sit there and hold some space, or help the energy to like transmute whatever it's going to do. You may sit there and feel like nothing's happening, but that's not the case. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been drawn to that space. So take a look this week at like maybe visiting a ley line site in your area, um, or something to that nature, and helping to like activate the grid. It's also funny, this one popped out too, the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. So yeah, this energy is right there. It's coming in, and they're just saying like there's no more like uh there's no more kind of waiting, hurry up and wait kind of thing. It's like it's all right there. And if we want to tap in and start utilizing and wielding, and I say wielding in the, you know, not not demanding, but commanding energy, and we can start to work with it now. That's basically what they're letting us know is now the veil, that veil of the eclipses and all of that stuff was a little harder to manifest and work. And now it's like the energy's right there. So start doing whatever you can to be working with it if you want, right? If you want. This is like it's still a free will universe. So if you're like, I'm not ready for any of this, that was that. So I would say go back to that other card with the blue flame is just understanding that awakening is happening, activation is happening. It's nothing necessarily that we need to, do or manipulate. We just have to allow the integration time. So you might be feeling that too, like you might be feeling a little off and that kind of thing this week too. Same thing. Get out into nature, um, and just connect and breathe, and it is kind of just like observe the energy that comes to you, whatever thoughts come to you, whatever emotions, whatever magical things, like maybe a bird lands beside you or something like that. Um, but they're just letting us know, like we're not sitting around waiting for this energy anymore. It's already in. It's in. And like as we go on these next couple weeks through November, they're just letting us know it's going to just be like more and more evident, more and more evident. So make sure again you're staying in your highest vibration, and um and keeping and staying balanced. Yeah, don't because a lot, obviously 3D is still going to be kicking up dirt, and there's still a ton of just there's not even a ton. It's like an understatement of the century of disclosure that has to happen. Like there's so much, but again, like observe it. Um, don't try not to get yourself too involved in it or let it distract you from what you're supposed to be here doing, which is energy work and crystal work and all of that. So make sure you're spending more of your time, if you can, on that stuff instead of being absorbed in the, because it's got to work itself out, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like the weird analogy of like of siblings, fighting, and it's like they just, sometimes you just have to let them duke it out, so they can figure it out for themselves, right? And that's what's happening in that outside world. Just let it go through its process, and our big job is to observe and then to be there to help. To be there to help. All right, I drew these cards. I don't know. I don't know if they'll come up as advice or just some confirmations, but we got Rumi, mystical knowing, breaking boundaries, personal experience of God. Ooh, that could be fun. Yeah, okay, wait, I'm going to tell my story though. Because, yeah, so I don't know what night that was. Anyway, I was like, I made a vow I said a prayer. I don't know how to really say what I did, but I just was like, I really want a closer connection with God, like a direct communication. Um, and then I said that was probably midweek last week. And then just like honestly, all the, well, I don't like to call them psychic things, but the God incidences, like the Divine Matrix card, was this like songs and like I went out for dinner to a pub, which is just like um, they usually have whatever top 40 or whatever kind of music on. And they actually, there was a song played that's not in the mainstream, that's a couple albums old, but it's one that really means something to me, and it's by a Christian rock artist. So like it's like, this isn't usually the kind of song played here. So as soon as I heard that, I was like, okay, okay, it's happening. You just ask and see. That's what I think this next couple of weeks of November is going to be. Is 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 learning to integrate this energy and then using it appropriately to be like, okay, I want, to see changes in, we're again, we're building these golden cities. It's us doing this. So like maybe your wish this week is just like, I want to see better changes in food. And then let's just see what happens. Maybe some new regulations come in. Part of it could be part of the disclosure thing too, where what's being done to our food right now is getting exposed. It has to get exposed for us to fix it, right? We all know there's a bit of a problem with it. Um, Sometimes you'll be called all kinds of names, thinking that you know that that everything's fine. Uh, but we know in our heart of hearts it's been manipulated like everything else on this planet. So maybe that's a good starting ground. Start like, let's see, like, what can we really accomplish when we start to really ask and pray and manifest, because that's what we came here to do. So mystical knowing too, breaking boundaries. Yeah, like if I feel like these next few weeks are definitely going to be about us learning to use this energy, and how do we be a light body? How do I set up a crystal grid that powers energy across the planet that helps other people? Like this is all possible. So, oh, and we got Mary Magdalene. Sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. I think that's really important because that was sort of the overall theme I also wanted to talk about this week. Besides, like us kind of understanding that we're nurturing in this golden age, but the really important thing, and I've said this over the last few weeks, is it's the inside job. We have to be taking care of ourselves and on all those levels and treating ourselves like the sacred vessel because like I said, we're going to need this energy um, and have to understand and have it integrated because we're going to need to be on the front lines helping people as their heart chakra, heart awakenings are happening. Um, okay, and then we also got Mott, divine intervention. Weigh up your options, choose the highest good. Well, I should be doing that anyway. um, okay, that's what I want to say about the highest good. So, with everything going on, no matter what side of things you personally feel you're on, right? Um, we're, there's not wrong and there's not right, right? We all need to head into this like non-dualistic energy where everything is okay. Um, so what I want to say is like with all the situations going on out there, if there's nothing else you do to put energy into them, is pray for the resolution of those situations for the highest good of humanity. It's a simple, easy task, and I think we really need to get on it because, like, all the cards indicate so far for this portal is they're like, okay, um, training's over. It's time. We're gonna throw you out on the on the floor now, and it's time for you to like integrate all the information we've taught you, um, and we're gonna give you a few new skills, and and then it's gonna be like the push out of the nest, and it's like it's time for you to start working. Like we knew this was coming. Okay, okay. Inner power. Give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. It's interesting because I'm just gonna say, like, really point out that it again, this is the inner um this inner work that we're doing, right? Is that and knowing, and again, Leo Lion tends to a lot of solar plexus chakra stuff again, but just that like knowing that we have what it takes to get this done. And yeah, we might need a little fortified courage. So again, in our prayer, it's just like asking for the highest good to prevail and giving us the courage to integrate and go and do this work. Gratitude. Little Lakshmi there. Fill me with gratitude for all you give. May I be a vehicle for you wherever I go. Yeah. It's so funny because it's almost like this reading so far is just like, okay, go back to basics. Gratitude, um, courage, gratitude, just the really like simple things. Let this energy integrate, but just like that's the space we need to hold. And it's not something like, 20 hours of meditation a day or anything like that. It is simply just, being aware of that energy and for us to be like, okay, I'm going to start dipping my toe in the pool here and see what I can create or what I can manifest or um, who I can help, right? You can't make this shit up. What did I just say? Non-duality. Non-duality. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. There's a lot of stuff about inner divine today. You can be fluent at doing both. Okay. That's a good one to like leave it on in terms of like understanding what this portal is about and this week. It's like this is the integration period. This is us it's not so much that we need courage, but it's like it's almost like it's we don't have the courage in ourselves to think that we're doing anything or that we have a significant role in this or anything like that. We're very doubting of our own abilities. Um, but I think the reason all these things are coming up in the order they are is just to say, okay, like it's time. We're really going to start to like reveal things. Um, you're strong enough. You've got this. But it could be a little disconcerting at first when you first like you're like, okay, I can hear bells all the time. Like, what is that? um, like it sounds silly that, but it just might be trying to attune you to a vibration. So it is just about like doing the work, but letting things integrate, um, and not and just coming at it at a place for from yeah. Okay, so I'll just repeat this. Let your authentic humanity shine forth while also bowing to the inner divine. Like I said, inner work, inner that was inner strength, inner power, inner there was two other cards with that, so it's like this is really about us starting to shine, um and knowing our worth and figuring out how do we yield or use this energy now that it's right there for us to use. Very exciting. Okay, what else do I want to do? I'm going to read one of the Nature's Rhythm Oracle, and then we're going to look at a little bit about the I might do some Christ consciousness too. Um, and then we're going to look a little bit about what the rest of the month holds and takes us into the next couple months. Fire 21. Interesting. I was watching this video the other day about like fire carries a frequency as well, right? And actually, the crackling, like when wood crackles or burn or whatever it does, it actually emits a very specific frequency. So it's kind of interesting. Okay, fire. The fire in my heart yearns for adventure. Your heart is the energetic epicenter of your body, the alchemizing focus to transmute pain and suffering. The torch that burns bright when fueled by gratitude. Action is also associated with your heart. There's a season and a time to take action. This card is a cue that your heart desires adventure. Find ways to satiate this longing. Interesting. Yeah. Basically, though, what I'm just getting from that is like this heart opening is imminent. Like, if it's, I would feel like some people have already gone through it already, but I bet you, like, we're just gonna see it in waves, which is great. Like, yeah. The nice thing about a heart opening, right? A heart chakra opening is, you know, that doubt that's in there where it's like, not just on a personal level, but like if you're out there in 3D world trying to share some truth with somebody and they're just like blinders to it. Um, I think part of that, like what's the blinders are coming off, like for sure. Like this is, yeah. Anyway, okay, let's look at the because that's also associated with the heart chakra opening. Is that um when that heart chakra is opening too, that is true awakening, right? So basically, like, because it is tied into the intuition. So basically, when that energy comes in, it's like there's no dispute about something, right? It's like this is the truth, and we all go and we like search into our hearts and go, yeah, that's the truth. It's an energy we don't have right now. We're all just full of doubt and like I don't know what to believe and that kind of thing. So that is the energy that's changing. Is it's just like it will be more and more apparent. Um, just everything, right? Like okay, that's a lie and that's the truth. Like discernment will be super easy because um, you just basically take everything into the heart, and the heart's going to give you the red flag or the black flag or the yes or the no, and it'll just be the knowing, and just be like, okay, that's what it is. Like that's the truth. That's this. Okay. The first one that we got in the Christ consciousness is Holy Spirit. So work through me. Basically, that's the card of like be in meditation, open your heart. How may I serve? Let the Spirit guide you and work through you. We also got Joseph of Arimathea. I gotta do some more research on this guy because I feel like there's like parts of the story that are we're probably going to discover soon, and it makes a big difference. It's funny that Mary Magdalene came up in the reading too, right? Because there's that whole thing of did she, was she able to travel out of, and I mean, oh, there's so many things. Did she end up in the United Kingdom or France or like there's like anyway, I'm going to go do more research on this, but Joseph of Arimathea is trailblazing and innovating. So again, it's like really be tuning into the work because that's what we're being asked to do right now. Like I said, it's like all that they're like, okay, training time's up. Like we need you out on the floor. Oh, out you go. Like it's time to shine. Go, go, go. um, we also got stand up, steadfast vision. For me, and these are quite young people at the front of this card, and so it's like we need to be. This is the coming together, right? This is like we will accept nothing less than the best and greatest outcome for humanity. If there's nothing else you do, is light a candle and hold that space of what we want, this golden age we want to usher in, right? Be the light, hold the light, expand the light. Um, okay, there's also, and children, cherish and enter their world. So yeah, we need to be more childlike. But these two cards too, because again, the two people holding candles up front are quite youthful. Um, there's only been one thing that all of this has been about, and that was to have a benevolent place for the future of humanity, for the children. That's all this has ever been about, is laying the foundation and the groundwork so that they have a golden future ahead of them. That's all this has ever been about. It's time. It's time for us to go and do what we came here to do and make this place better for those children. And that's what we're going to do. That's what we came to do. And that's the timeline we're on is the saving of that and getting them into a benevolent energy field. Anyway, okay. These cards, and then we're gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna pull three. I like to use these when we do a portal day to kind of see what the next few months ahead are like, or seasons. It's by seasons. Um, ooh, there's a lot of like ash in there. Didn't realize how much ash was in there. Okay. I feel like I need that. Okay. 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 Well, we're in autumn right now. So first up, 7 of autumn. Have patience and don't worry. Okay, let's leave it there. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money. Yeah. Right now, I would just say the top one's the key. Have patience and don't worry. It's going to be okay. Okay, next. Oh, we got another autumn in there. 9 of autumn. Reward yourself for all your hard work. Being happily and successfully self employed. Cherish your time alone. I think this is just really like, yeah, just a little bit of going within, but just, give yourself, nurture yourself, and be grateful for everything you've done. We've been working really hard. If you're still listening to me, you're still on this journey, and like the stuff we've had to endure and learn, and like it felt like, and some people have been doing it way longer than I have, and it's like, oh my God, this like it just feels like it's taking forever, but we're here. Just be proud of your accomplishments through all of this. Treat yourself with love and respect, and do something nice for yourself that makes you feel nourished and nurtured and pampered. Do it. Ace of Winter. Don't be deterred by challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that will be implemented. It's just like, it's kind of like we're almost about to go into just a tiny bit of a hibernation, but it's a hibernation where we're still being expected to be creating the future. So make sure you're doing that. Okay, last one takes us into summer from this point on. Falling in love and making a serious commitment to someone. Forgiveness and the resolution of a problem. Don't give up. Relationships can be healed. I honestly just think this is like that the whole world is like, because right now it's so divisive, right? This I don't feel like is like a person. You might find a relationship in this, but I think this is the relationship of humanity, right? By summer, we're you know we'll have healed this relationship with each other. We'll be in a more benevolent timeline, so it'll be easier for us to mend those fences. Um, and I don't know about you, but I just want to, I don't want to fight and argue and do things with of that nature with anyone anymore. Um, I don't want to force my opinions down their throat and vice versa. I just want to give everybody a hug and say, look what we made it through. We're amazing. And like, let's embrace this new golden age. All right. I'm going to leave it there. So, yeah, I think we're at an interesting time. We're on the precipice of the big change. So our best place to be sometimes is just be nurtured, be relaxed, be calm, don't worry, and just observe and hold space for what may. We know it's coming though, but keep your eye on the prize like last time, like focusing on bringing in more benevolent things for food, for health, for the children, for everything, right? We still got to do that work of manifesting it into place. So we're well on our way though, right? We're finally here. Like finally here. I have no idea how long it's going to take for all these processes to happen, but I do know beyond the shadow of a doubt that we are in it and it is happening. All right, take care of yourselves this week. And like I said, I'll be back at the end of the week with a moon read. And then probably on Monday, next Monday, we'll do another read, um, getting ready to usher Pluto into Aquarius and see what magical, um, benevolent timeline that opens for us. I mean, that timeline's already open, but it's going to be neat to see it further reveal itself for us. Okay, take care. I love you. Have a good night.